My name is Michael Sudarkasa. I'm the president and CEO of the African Fertilizer and Agribusiness Partnership. I'm based in Johannesburg, South Africa, which is our continental headquarters. It's really exciting and a pleasure to be able to share some of the key accomplishments of the African Fertilizer and Agribusiness Partnership in the year 2023. And in that regard, we are counting from January to December 2023. AFAP was established in 2012, and so at the end of 2022, we actually had achieved a decade of activity around the continent. And so last year, we produced a publication that we call the AFAP Decade of Impact Report, and we highlighted our influence and our activities over the first 10 years of our organization. This retrospective showcased the lasting impact of our initiatives and the positive change that we were able to bring to communities and economies where we worked. AFAP as an organization is growing. We're now in 9 countries, and last year was a seminal year for us because we actually opened 2 new offices. We established an office in Zambia, in Lusaka, and also in Nairobi, Kenya. We had for a number of years key professionals in our organization residing in Kenya, but last year we realized that there was much more to be done in the country, and it was time to incorporate. And so we have done so, and now we are expanding in that market. One of the most impactful aspects of our work last year was that we grew. We began the year with 53 professionals spread across 9 countries, and by the end of 2023, we had grown to 82 professionals, a 35% increase. This strengthens our capacity and puts us in an even better position to serve our stakeholders. One of the key partners with whom we work in our trade credit guarantee provisioning is the African Development Bank, and specifically their Africa Fertilizer financing mechanism. Last year for us was very exciting because we were awarded 3 new countries and programs to operate. Tanzania, which was actually a follow-on to a 2019 to 2022 program, Mozambique, and also Uganda. In addition to our work with the African Fertilizer Financing Mechanism and DFC, we were also awarded a $4 million grant by AGRA from the USAID to support our capacity in trade credit guarantee provisioning, and for us this was a very important development. A new partner of ours in our trade credit guarantee provisioning is the U.S. Development Finance Corporation, or DFC. We were very pleased to receive a commitment letter from DFC for an in-principle guarantee of US $10 million to support our AFAP trade credit guarantee program. We're looking forward to launching that program in 2024. One of the important projects for us last year occurred under our policy unit, and it was work that we undertook with FAO, the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, on behalf of SADC, the Southern Africa Development Community. And this program involved our conducting comprehensive scoping work, an exercise that looked at the market and legal requirements in SADC for inputs, particularly fertilizer. We provided valuable insights for the adoption of a harmonized fertilizer regulatory frameworks in this regional economic community. In addition, AFAP also developed a common position and action plan for SADC in advance of the upcoming African Fertilizer and Soil Health Summit. Our regional public-private dialogue series was one of the really outstanding things that we did in terms of outreach. We convened a public-private dialogue in East Africa, in Kampala, Uganda, and we also convened one in Accra, Ghana for West Africa. The focus of these public-private dialogues was on the state of fertilizer in Africa, and each of these was meant to start popularizing and sharing information about the forthcoming African Fertilizer and Soil Health Summit. And after each one of these events, we produced 3 reports actually, because we started this exercise at the end of 2022 in Southern Africa. We created a Southern Africa report, an East Africa and West African reports on a position paper for the private sector. We did this under our policy division. AFAP played a key role last year in supporting the development of the African Fertilizer and Soil Health Summit. We had our policy lead play a critical role in working with other colleagues from institutions like the IFDC, FARA, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and of course the African Union to develop the outline for this important conference, which will be held in May of 2024. In our market intelligence unit, one of the key projects of 2023 was the work that we undertook on behalf of the International Fertilizer Association. On behalf of IFA, we conducted a plastic study that examined the use, reuse, and the pollution caused by plastic bags in the fertilizer value chain across the continent. We conducted extensive surveys and interviews across 8 countries, and this research actually shed light on the critical issue related to waste reduction in the fertilizer sector. And from all of this, we published a key report. One of the key ways that we measure our impact each year is to look at the volume of product that we've helped move, both seed and fertilizer. In 2023, we were able to help support the movement of 148,000 metric tons of fertilizer, and this fertilizer was valued at close to $96 million. Additionally, we helped move close to 11,000 metric tons of improved seeds, and these seeds were worth $21 million. All of this was made possible through the operating budget that we worked with, which was close to $30 million. In 2023, we were pleased to support approximately 1.3 million smallholder farmers across 7 countries. We also worked with 300 hubs and 6,000 retail hubs in 10 countries. In addition, we supported 2,456 community-based advisors. These are young people that we engage to provide support on extension and to support the hub agri-dealers. We also conducted 2,291 demo plots in 5 countries, and we organized 493 field days across 4 countries. 2023 was really a year of expansion and growth for AFAP. We moved into new countries. We also introduced ourselves to a number of new stakeholders through our work with the Sustain Africa program in terms of implementation. And on the policy side, we redoubled our relationship with the SADC Regional Economic Community. The key thing about 2023 that resonates is that we strengthened our position to grow. And in 2024, we're looking forward to expanding our trade credit guarantee program. We're looking forward to participating in the African Fertilizer and Soil Health Summit. And we're looking forward to redoubling our efforts in the agribusiness space to help the smallholder farmers with whom we work to expand their businesses.